Hi, guys, it's Kelly Lunt, your intuitive channel, come live to bring you your Monday weekly messages, all signs from spirit. So let's see, what does Capricorn need to hear? Ooh, Capricorn. So you have a second chance at something. Um, this kind of feels twofold to me. It feels like there's a second chance at love for you. It doesn't necessarily mean a reconciliation with someone old, but there's like an honest chance for like true love, like the life mate, life partner. There's a chance for like that level of a connection right now. So let me pull a clarifying card for that one. Yeah, and honestly, that one's just all about being open to it and like being confident that that is what you want. It's not about saying, "I want marriage, do you?" But it's about knowing, like, "I do want a life mate. It's going really well with this person." And so that means that when you're speaking about things, it's okay to ask questions that are vetting for long term. Like, "Hey, do you think in like, I don't know, do you want like longevity? Do you want to like live to 110, 120? Would you want to start doing this like blue zone eating diet to live that long?" Like, you can just ask screening questions that are longer, and that would give the person, like, confidence that that's what you want. It does look like that person's kind of looking for that, and it's also gonna give you reassurance and focus in your life, Capricorn, and with that reassurance that love's gonna be there for you, you're gonna be able to focus more on business and making your money, Capricorn, and you know you love that. Okay, but there's also, like, a second chance for a reignited passionate living of life. You're definitely getting like I don't want to call it a second chance, but you're getting like a reinvigorated shot at life right now. And it's like the night yeah, it's the night of fire clarified by the queen of air. So it's not just because you feel this like reawakened sense of self, go run out there and just start doing shit. And say hi if you guys are coming live. It's love that you're taking action again and that it's passionate action that you like and love. And know that it's okay that like as you step up and get like, vibrate higher, more opportunities are going to be coming to you. Excuse me. So be a little objective about which opportunities you take. Don't just be like, "Oh, I'm a channel. Someone wants a message from me. I'll go to the party and hang out and I'll channel for you guys." It's okay if you like select who, where, when, what, how you do it. So be a little, it's not just about being the nice girl. It's not, it like be a little objective with who, what, where, when, how you spend your time and your resources. So you've got coming up the magician phase, which is where, magician is where you're like manifesting stuff and you're like able to like purely positively focus on what it is that you want. And part of this, do know though that this is you walking away from the last chapter of your life. And like the last chapter of your life, like not only was that ending of a cycle, ending of a chapter, it was also that like that search for like the true meaning of life. It's the 8 of water, which is where you're like entering no man's land. And that's where you just go into the abyss and it's like, whoa, everything I thought about life, everything I thought I wanted is just flipped over upside down. And say hi if you guys are coming live. Let's be engaged and social. Um, you're exiting that phase, but just know that, guys, with every ending, even if it was like a sad phase of life, there's always going to be things about it that you liked about that phase of your life. So it's okay to be growing in positivity and also just have a sliver of sadness for what you're no longer going to be able to enjoy anymore. Both are okay, and that's what's going to carry you through it. Yeah. If you don't take time to like just allow a little bit of grieving of what you truly enjoyed about your last life, it's just going to feel like overwhelming. And it's just because it's a little bit of a mental load to have that emotion weighing you down when you could just instead give yourself 15 minutes. It doesn't even need to be 15 minutes. It could really be as little as 19 seconds. Um, I'm personally just an emotional one, so I like to at least do 15 minutes. You can even dedicate half a day or a day. I'm giving myself time today to just journal about I'm sad I'll be missing this in my last phase of my life. I'm sad I'll be missing this. I feel disappointed I won't be able to do XYZ anymore. Like doing that will just release all of that out of your energy for you to like powerfully move forward faster. Okay. Okay. That was a really good read, Spirit. So what's up with this? Oh, interesting, Capricorn. So the last bit of your message is like the 7 of air. And that's the one where, like, your plan either needs revision because the actual, like, logistical plan that you're carrying out needs revision, or it could also mean that your intention behind the plan needs revision, or it can mean that, like, if the plan involves other people, it's, like, clarifying and getting, like, what do they actually want out of this? What what are they are they just what do they actually want out of this? Are they being truthful about what they want? Um, so that's what that card means in general, but you've got to clarify by the King of Earth and then the Five of Water. So it's kind of blunt. If you don't admit that this next phase of your life is about money, it's not going to turn out how you want. I think in your previous chapter that you're like winding down, you're all about like love and light. Let's just help and heal the whole world. But a lot of that chapter of your life was actually about just admitting, wait, I actually do want to be selfish. Wait, you know what? I don't have the mental bandwidth, the resources to help the world. Like, where to put my focus? The people suffering here, the people suffering here, the people suffering there, the people suffering in my city. Like, where do I put my focus? So it's like admit that like this next thing that I'm doing, I do want money. And like and love it and like it. Because if you don't admit it's about money, it's not going to turn out the way you want. So be okay with making bank, Capricorn. Okay, so next up is Taurus. Taurus, here is your message. What does Taurus need to hear, Spirit? Oh, this is interesting. Your business is gonna your whatever you do for money, it's gonna be fine and it's gonna do well. It's gonna keep growing at a steady rhythmic pace. There's really nothing you have to do there other than, like, keep doing what you've been doing. Don't worry about it. It's not like a one-hit wonder. It's not like a, "But what if I sell this retreat out and, like, will another one sell out?" No, it's this tree, like, sold out so fast, and I loved it, and I love the coordinating time that I spent with the person. I love that I found the place for it to go right away, and then when you're doing the retreat, if there's, like, a hiccup, just be like, "Wow, I'm so glad I have this lovely group of people at my first retreat so that I know next time when I get people that I don't know as well, I'm gonna run it a little bit differently." It purely positively focused, and your business is gonna do just fine. It does look like you're kind of like you're not concluding a cycle, but so you got the Empress followed by the Death card. The Death is that like egoic death within that 180 personality shift and change. Um, just it marks like a huge kind of personal growth part of your life. Um, like single to happily coupled up. Like unemployed for years to employed. It's just that full on inner death that needs to happen so that you can look at life with a like a renounced new set of eyes. This is so interesting. Okay, it's you're requiring yourself to up level to the most loving version of yourself, but that's self-imposed in order for you to like end something. And ending that cycle is definitely like, believe it or not, people pleasing. It's people pleasing. It's a little bit about embracing endings, to be honest. And I have a course called Becoming Who You Really Are, and in there, one of the modules is all focused on seasons, reasons, and lifetimes. Lifetime are those people that you just integrate really well on the day to day. It's like, hey, do you want to pick up the kids? Hey, I want to take my kids here. You want to pick up your kids and take them with you? There's not too much personal growth and expansion you get from those relationships because they're more like those stable, steady ones that use their life mates, right? But there's reasons. Those are the ones where you have to learn it in a bad way, like that narcissist who comes in and wrecks your life. That's a reason. It needs to be so bad for you to like wake up and get your lesson. There's also seasons, and so think of that as like when you're a younger kid and you're going away to summer camp and you have a beautiful best friend from summer camp. You're like, of course we're going to stay in touch, we love each other, but then you go back home to your separate countries. you know so that was a season. And so like your kind of lesson right now is recognize a season, allow it to end gracefully and peacefully. Know that anytime you end something, there's going to be some sadness, and that's okay. Because right now, it looks like what you're doing is you are Instead of recognizing a season is over and letting it gracefully ride out, you're taking a little bit of guilt for what about the other person? Did I use them? Did I, guys, it's okay to enter a relationship and then like 3 months, 6 months later go, oh my God, I was actually really just lonely and I really like the companionship. I don't like them for a long term partner. Because that means they were also manifesting in a shorter term relationship too. Whether they display that or display something else. A vibe is a vibe, and vibe like attracts like. Um, so it's about recognizing the season, let it gracefully end to start the new one. Because right now, instead of allowing your life to have a series of seasons, which is what 90% of life is, you're writing them out until they become a reason. Like, well, like it's like you just write it out until like, oh, it's because he was an asshole. That's why I got to leave. Or, oh, I just started hating my life so much. I had to leave. Instead of recognizing it at like a level 1 or a 2, like, oh shit, this relationship's over. You're letting it get to level 10 before you move on. And what I can say is if you don't learn this lesson, what's going to happen, whatever this thing is that is like, I don't want to say it needs to end, but your heart's not in it and you don't like it. So if you don't end it while it's a season and you let it become a reason, you're going to go into the hermit mode, which is where you need to retreat, which is where, like, if it, like, let's say it's a breakup, you're going to be like, whoa, I need to take a break from dating after that. Whereas if you end it when it's a season, it's going to be like, wow, here's everything good that I liked about it. And universe, now I need more of this in my next person. And boom, you can meet them the next day. So do you want seasons manifesting one step after the next? That step 4 synchronistic flow of law of attraction, ask, receive, ask, receive, ask, receive. Or do you want to carry things out till you like plummet and feel bad? Okay. So one more thing for you, Taurus, is that you're kind of requiring absolute perfection out of yourself. You're forcing yourself to be the Empress, clarified by the Queen of Water, the two most loving cards ever. It's like, no, I must lovingly turn over every stone in this relationship. I must lovingly try from every angle to communicate with this person. I must, in the most loving way, really evaluate, do I need this need met by this person or can I get it met by someone else? Which that's fair enough, but, like, it's okay to want your partner to meet, like, 70% of your base needs, which means you enjoy eating meals with them. You enjoy the conversation with them, right? Because your life partner is that person that's, like, you're sharing a home with. So conversation and meals is, like, 70% of that. Then there's, like, cuddling and, sexy time. So it's okay to want those things. Alright, good luck, Taurus. And what's going commenting? Say hello. Say what's up. If I have energy at the end, I'll do super chat reads at the end. Okay, so now we're going on to Virgo. Virgo, here's your read and message. What does Virgo must need to hear, see, feel, and know to get the clarity they need to powerfully move forward in life? Oh, well, you feel stuck in love. Because there's a little bit of you, well, the other person never behaved, the other person never did what they needed to do. They clearly weren't trying to please me enough. But the flip side is that like you weren't recognizing that you treated love as a competition, that you treated relationships like it's me versus them. So it just kind of indicates that you view love as a finite resource. So it was like a only one of us is getting the love here. Only one of us is being the one pursued. And all I can say is that the best relationships I've ever been in is when it's like 60-40. And sometimes that can flip, right? In the beginning of a relationship, it is a little bit, I find the relationships to be better if the man does most of the initiating and pursuing. But like at some point, it becomes 60-40. Hey, I didn't hear from them today. Let me reach out to them. That way, both people can feel loved. Because that was a big part of you viewed it as they weren't behaving correctly. They just weren't the right one. When waking up and realizing that like, God, you view love as a death match, Virgo. Like, they need to love me like we've been married 20 years from date one. That's the pressure you put on your people, Virgo. Um, So it is worth though the type of relationship that you want, the feeling state that you want, That's definitely worth holding on to and maintaining, like, that standard, that boundary. I want this type of a relationship, but you absolutely have to nix that. It's me versus them. Love is a finite resource. Because going back to the example that I was saying, the 60-40, like, what if the man has, like, a death in his family or something, or, like, loses a job? His focus isn't gonna be on able to pursue the relationship forward, so it's okay if the partner steps up and carries it for a while. So it's like, it's okay if there's a flip-flop of the who's pursuing who's initiating out more, like, it's about being okay with that and not expecting and requiring wife level love after date 1, because that was a lot of the problem in one of your last relationships, that it was an on and off one for a while that you thought was gonna work out. Um, you thought it was they just needed to have their epiphany of, like, how great you were and, like, treat you better, but it's you don't even realize how much you were fighting with them and, like, expecting wife level treatment after date 1, and because, like, you spent longer time together, you're like, "Well, no, now we're 3 months in, they should love me more," but the other person was still like, "Damn, bro, like, date 1, like, when are you gonna chill out? Like, you're fighting all the time. I don't even feel like I know you." And you're like, "How can you say that? We're 3 months in." Because the other person's like, "'Cause from date 1, you're expecting wife level treatment out of me and throwing, like, pissy fits if I don't do that. So this still feels like I know you at a date 1 level." And God, I hope that helped, Virgo. You definitely need, yeah. Um, the window of opportunity for your last relationship, I know that Spirit's been giving you a lot of message of it's worth calling them again, it's worth calling them again, Virgo. That's rapidly coming to an end. Um, it's rapidly coming to an end. I do hope that you have your epiphany that, like, love is an infinite source and it's about allowing both people to feel loved in the relationship, Virgo. Um, okay, moving on to Cancer. Cancers right now. What does Cancer most need to hear, Spirit? Oh, well, whatever it is that you're sad or disappointed about, don't worry about it. It's followed by the star and the 6 of fire. The star is like it's not the soul level happiness, that's the sun. The star is like you have every reason to feel hopeful and optimistic. And you're gonna start receiving signs that you're, like, on the right path, and the 6 of fire is that, like, successful card, but it's like an earthly, humanly level success card, so that means, like, graduating, getting the promotion. It's not like a spiritual epiphany or spiritual awakening, but it's a very tangible, physical, human, earthly success. What I can say about whatever it is that you're feeling, like, I would say disappointed, Cancer. It's because of how you're viewing it. I was I'm reading discourses right now, Stoic books, and they call it impressions. It's all about your impressions and managing them. And your impression is when you view something, are you viewing it? I can give you guys an example. I got a good example for you. So I met a guy at the gym one time, and I kept waking up at like 3:30 in the morning for like a couple weeks straight. And I was like, all right, I might as well just go to the gym and knock my workout out. When I was there was, like, no one in there. So I was on the squat rack, and a guy walks in. It was a pretty good looking guy, and he had this really cool shirt on. So I was like, "Hey," I just waved. I was like, "Nice shirt," because it was a nice shirt. Um, and he went, "Oh, thanks." And then I took a step forward to, like, stretch. There's, like, 2 bars on the side of the squat rack to, like, stretch my chest, and he thought I was taking a step towards him. So then he turned and took a step towards me. He was like, "Well, you took a step towards me, so I wanted to let you know I was interested too." So his impression of my step forward, his read of the situation was that I was taking a step towards him to come say hi to him, but he wanted to be the one to take the step forward. So it's your impression. It's how you're viewing it. Well, they didn't call, that means they don't love me. That's an impression. Um, and Stoicism happiness is all defined about how you manage and view your impressions. What do you have control over? What do you not have control over? You can't try to change something you don't have control over. That's the definition of unhappiness. So it's however it is you're viewing this. They didn't love me because they didn't call. Another example I could give you is actually with the same guy. We had planned to hang out the following day, and I was like, "Okay, let's hang out early though," because we talked about like hiking early in the morning before everyone else gets up. So when I woke up and I didn't see a text on my phone, I was like, "Oh," I was disappointed. I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll go to the gym." When I came back and didn't see a text on my phone, I was like, "Okay." I guess I thought we were gonna go in the morning, like, and I started, I had to like soothe my emotions. I was like, "Well, let me make a breakfast. Let me make it a long, big breakfast." And I was like, "Damn, he still hasn't texted." And now it was like midday, and I was like, "All right, I guess I'm just gonna text him." I had accidentally turned my notifications off, and he had texted early in the morning, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." So, right, his impression was, "This girl's flaking on me." But then what I texted, and then the next time I saw him and how I greeted him, he was able to change his impression when it was an honest mistake. So you need to change, and now we're, like, happily getting along. You need to change your how you're viewing it. Um, yeah, once you change how you're viewing it, you're gonna start to see the positive omens, the good signs, the synchronicity, the angel numbers, which will then lead you into success. Okay, up next is Scorpio. Why is no one saying hi? Say hi, guys. I'm friendly. So Scorpio. Scorpios read. What does Scorpio most need to hear right now? Ooh, Scorpio. You got a good read. Poor Cancer. Scorpio, you're entering like a spiritual phase of your life. You will enjoy life more, like just the day-to-day life of it, if you create and craft a spiritual practice. That might look like a basic mindfulness meditation where you just focus on your breath, breathing in, breathing out. One tip I could give you guys, especially if you're new to meditating, is as you breathe in, it's okay to say in your mind, not out loud. And as you breathe out, say out, 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 because your focus is on the automatic process of your body, which means you're not thinking. All right, thinking is when you're like, what am I going to eat? Oh, this guy, right? Don't let your mind wander. So if you just focus on your breath and go in, out, in, out, out. It helps keep your focus on your breath, which is an automatic process of your body, so you're not really thinking. In time, you might be able to just get to in, out. In further time, when you're more advanced at it, you could probably just focus on the feeling of your body and not have to say the word in and out. But it will be worth your time to craft a practice, even if it's a basic mindfulness one, or maybe it will be more, do the light body series, do the chakra series, meet your spirit guide, which I'm working on that free meditation. If you guys want that, not don't comment in the live chat, comment afterwards. And once I get that fully set up, because you just like enter your name and email, and I can send it to you directly. Comment below and be like spirit guide, and I'll comment back and get it to you. So whichever way you want to take it, it's going to be very worth your while to cultivate a spiritual practice. You're going to enjoy life way, way more. And they are being very, very clear, Scorpio, that it is time to start this new chapter of your life. You got the Fool card clarified by the Page of Water. So it is time to start this thing that you've been wanting to start and do. And it's time to lovingly communicate about it. And so it might mean to other people, but it might also mean to yourself, you know what? I am gonna like audition for that role. I do love dancing. I love dancing. It's like admitting the love that you have for this new project to yourself is gonna do wonders for manifesting not only it, but the enjoyment of it. And then you got the Queen of Earth, clarified by the Page of Earth. So you're gonna be entering like a really fertile phase of your life as long as you cultivate that spiritual practice, which again can be as little as 15 minutes a day, a basic mindfulness meditation. I think it's called Samatha. I'm forgetting that. It's been so long since I've actually read about meditation. um, if you do all that and you take this leap and lovingly communicate about it to yourself, I do love doing this. It'd be so wonderful to do it. I'd love to be on stage, or I'd love to be doing more reads for people. It's going to bring it in, and you're going to enter a really fertile phase of your life where you do have. I see money and business success, and I see like a touch of good community and touch of good love in there. And with the Page of Earth clarifying, it means it's going to be a really like fertile, playful phase of your life. So all around Scorpio, that is a good read. I'm gonna take a quick. I'm gonna go run and grab my water bottle before I come back and do Pisces and the rest of the signs. So 1 second, guys. Okay, so, so now we're on Pisces. Pisces. And actually, let me shuffle the deck. What does Pisces most need to hear, see, feel, and know so they can get mental clarity, emotional clarity, and the will to take action going forward, and any other information that they are calling forth from you, Source? I am simply the medium and the channel of their message. Wow, you got a good read, Pisces. It's kind of like, honestly, yours is kind of a short one. Your money, your business, your career, it's doing fine and it's well. It's not on autopilot 100%, but you don't have as much as your focus there to sustain the level of success that you've had so far. So it's time to take action in your love life. It is time to put more energy there, more focus there. Instead of like planning your next campaign for work or your next project for work, I don't know what you do. It's what's a cool weekend trip I could take with this person? What are some of the things that they've said the last couple months? Have they said like, "Oh, I really like this art. I'm gonna print it and make it into a magnet." Go look at the fridge. Is the magnet there? No, go do it for them. It's time to take action in your love life. Okay, is there anything else for them? Oh, I see why you're not. You have a little fear around money. Will it last? Can I maintain this? What if I take my focus away from it? Will it sustain? So this is pretty much a reassure. It's not drop thinking about it altogether. It's instead of letting it be your dominant priority and you're 100% focused, you can probably take it down to like 70%. So that just means, next year out instead of spending like 12 hours a day thinking about work, go ahead and just spend 9. And then you have those 3 hours to like meditate, yoga, get a good clear mind, good health, and then spend an hour focusing on your honey bunny. Yeah, you got the chariot clarified by the Knight of Air. So it's definitely time to take action in love. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, what does Gemini need to hear? These need to shuffle. Oh, Gemini, you're in your head a little bit. Um, Not only are you in your head a little bit, you're flat out confused. You feel like you're not getting any intuitive guidance. You don't know what to do, and you're also like expecting the worst. It's kind of like I don't want to say poverty mindset. I want to say some of you could be feeling impoverished. Um, it's like it's those moments where you don't know what it is you want and you don't know what it is you need. Like nothing's worse than not even knowing what you need or want. Cause then you're just like, I don't even know what to manifest. I don't even know what book to go buy. I don't even know what to start asking people when I'm out walking around. Um, and so your read's a short one too. It's admitting I want to enjoy life again. Like Nine of Earth, it's and because like what's going on right now is that you're like spinning your wheels because you're not manifesting. And like let go of the big things, the cars, the vacations, the promotion, the big money months, and just focus on I'm ready to enjoy life again. Hi D, thanks for saying hi. I'm ready to enjoy life again, spirit. And guys, like that's what manifesting is. You have to think of manifesting like Google Maps. You need the end destination and you need the starting location. I want to be a happily married and I'm deathly afraid of entering into a relationship. Because now you got your starting destination, your end result, and your inner being can get you there. If you're, I want to be married, I'm not going to think that low thought. I love love. You're going to be not going anywhere. Okay, and so that's what's happening to you right now. Is you're not admitting where you're at, but it is like a like I feel lost, but I think I'm higher vibe than I actually am, and I don't have an end destination. And so what can happen is people will think, well, I want a house, I want a car, I want a vacation, but like sometimes before you can get specific in a manifestation, you have to learn to go general. I just want to be enjoying life. If you're enjoying life, you are taking those vacations. If you're enjoying life, you're driving a car. Get back in the enjoyment of life, and then you can manifest the bigger, better, bolder car. So it's really just admitting, Gemini, that like I'm ready to enjoy life again, Spirit. I'm ready to wake up looking forward to my day again. Can I have some fun things on my calendar that are like social engagements that I look forward to doing? That I'm like, I have something fun to do in 2 weeks. Can I start crafting a routine, a daily routine in my life that will lead to me feeling happy again and inspired to live life? I'm ready to feel inspired and living life again. I'm ready to feel eager for the day ahead. I'm ready to feel like I'm looking forward to things again, whether that's just be sharing coffee with my friend, connecting with someone, going on a day trip with someone. I'm ready for those fun, small engagements in life to be happening again. Guide me to feeling inspired, guide me to feeling eager, guide me to discovering cool, fun things to do, and guide me to those bigger manifestations I could ask that would really blow my socks off. Like, that's where you're at. So be okay that you're just manifesting, enjoying life again, because then you're going to be enjoying life again. Okay, so Libra. Libra. What does Libra need to hear? Do I need to shuffle? Yes. Oops. What does Libra need to hear? Oh, Libra, you got the saddest read of them all. Okay, actually, it's not that sad. Well, it's sad, but you're exiting a sad phase of your life. If you can take a little vacation or a trip somewhere, great. If you get a little day trip, and the day trip doesn't need to be like an all day one, it could just be, can you drive like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 minutes out to try a new barbecue place in the town or two over? For my big city people, that might look more like a 2 hour commute. Just to, like get a little fresh energy. Or, it could even be if there's like a trail system that has like three little loops on it, and you normally do this one, go walk that one today. Get something new to look at to help like release that stagnant energy and like finish getting out of the funk that you were in. Because like the sad phase is over. There's just a little part of you that's being a little too like maybe anxious. Is it over? I don't want to get my hopes up that it's over. And then bam, it comes out of nowhere and slaps me on my face again. It's like you're afraid to admit you can feel that things are gonna get better because you don't wanna get better and then fall and drop again. So it's knowing that it's gonna be a balance for you between, I do feel sad. That segment of my life was very sad and didn't feel fun and didn't feel good. I didn't like that segment of my life, and there's nothing I could do to change that. That wasn't a fun segment of my life. I didn't enjoy it, and I do feel really sad that that's how it planned out, that's how it played out, and I feel sad and powerless. There's nothing I could do about it. And at the same time, I'm ready to enjoy life again. I'm ready to start feeling like to start being soothed about this topic, to start feeling okay about calling in some new things in my life that are upper half of the scale, that are higher vibe, that are maybe uplifting, maybe feel good, maybe heartwarming, maybe like a warm hug. I'd like life to feel like a warm hug again. It's okay that I have some sadness from a previous chapter that's winding down. Of course I feel sad. I really loved them. I really liked that. And at the same time, it's also okay to be winding up, calling in something that feels like a warm embrace, like a warm hug. And guys, like what I can tell you is that it is absolutely amazing when you do have someone in your life, whether it's a friend, whether it's a best friend, whether it's like a hobby friend, or yes, maybe even a love interest. When I got excited when someone came over, I was like, "Hey, hi, it's nice to see you." They were like, "Wow, that's a nice greeting." Um, it made them feel good. It made them feel better. So call that into your life. It's good to feel significant, wanted, included, loved. Like it's okay to want to feel that. All right, Aquarius. This is Aquarius's reading. Oh, well, Aquarius, you're taking on a little bit too much. And I could tell you, Aquarius, that a little bit too much of caretaking for someone else, just a little bit too much. So that might mean it's like it's okay to have a conversation with like a hey, listen, I want to take you, I don't know, I want to take you to the doctors. Um, is I do need it though. I want to take you Monday through Thursday, and I'm gonna ask my sister or my brother to take you on Friday to like there's a little bit of you that needs to have your little private moment of recharge because a little bit of your focus right now is too much on making them feel good, making them get happy. And you're really good at that. From this read, I could tell that you're a very enthusiastic person, a very like energized and very eager for fun. Um, but if you go too overboard trying to cheer someone else up, if they have a bad day, you'll take it personal. So it's okay to have the okay, well, he's going and my sister's taking him on Friday. I'm just gonna go get myself a burrito from my favorite burrito place, and just to have that brief little moment where you're gonna do something that's purely for making yourself happy. And notice I'm not saying put yourself first, make yourself happy. I'm saying like 1 of 5 times you do something, "Hey, I need help with this." Or like maybe if you're doing all the cooking, it could be like, "Hey, can we actually order in once a week? Because this is a bit exhausting for me." So there's just like a little bit of like you can reach out to people for help. And I definitely get like cooking food and driving, like there's just those practical day-to-day stuff that you can like outsource and get more help in. Um, what I can say is you actually do like stepping up for this loving role that you have for this person. You're definitely enjoying that. Yeah, it's making it like focusing on someone else and loving them is making you feel more confident in yourself. Yeah, you Aquarius, ask for help for this caretaking that you're doing. Because if you don't, it's going to turn, instead of right now, just a little bit of an energetic drain, it's going to turn into a tower card moment, which is where, like, those are just unpleasant and unfun. Those mental downward spirals. So just, and if the other person like complains or anything, be like, I can understand, I know, but I just like, I want to love you. I just think it'll also be good for you to maybe get someone else's perspective on the situation. And I need a little bit of a recharge. Like I want to go eat that burrito that I like, and it's okay that you don't have the energy to go there, but I want to do it once a week, and the other 4 days I'm going to be there for you. I hope that helped you have that conversation, because it also looks like oh, if you do take that carve out that little bit of self care time just for yourself, Aquarius, you're going to have some like a little fun opportunity. Maybe it's someone wants to walk with you in the morning. Maybe it's a hey, come to our twice a month board game group. Or maybe it's a hey, do you want to come with me to do this thing? Something like that will have the opportunity to come in, which will get you back to that happy, joyful person that you used to be. You'll be feeling like the magician again, which is where like the, oh, that's right, I can have fun because you do, Aquarius, based on this read, you know how to have fun. So if you carve out that little bit of time for you, the fun in your life will quickly pick up. And as you're vibrating higher and having more fun, you're only going to be better for that other person. They'll pick up on your funness and they'll love hearing your stories. It will cheer them up like, "Oh, wow, I'm so glad you had that good time." Because otherwise it's gonna turn into the, "Well, sorry you have to take care of me." "No, babe, I love you. It's okay. I know I'm a drag. I'm not feeling good today. I just don't have the energy. It's okay, babe. I love." It's gonna turn into that negative cycle. But if you just take a break, you can go back and go, "Babe, I met the coolest people, the coolest conversation. I mentioned my husband was at home and look, they said I could take this plate of leftovers home for you." And they'll be like, "Oh, wow, cool. Someone thought of me." That kind of stuff can happen. All right, now we're on to Aries. We are on to Aries. What does Aries most need to hear, see, feel? Well, Aries. You got a little bit of a love interest popping up. It's the Ace of Water, so that's more where it's like flirty, like when you first kind of meet someone, you're like, oh, they're kind of cute. Oh, you think I'm cute too, huh? Um, that's popping up. I don't know, you're fondly thinking of something from your past. When that tends to happen, when you're like replaying something from your past popping up, ask spirit, spirit, what am I learning from this memory popping up? What do I need to glean from it? Because if it's like a negative one, there's probably a life lesson for you, a perspective shift that needs to happen. If it's a positive one, it could be they might just be trying to tell you, do you remember how happy you were? Feel how happy you were in that memory. So you tap back in that vibration of happiness so that you now, the older adult, can call in something that feels that happy into your life now. So there's value, whatever it is that you are rethinking about in your head, there's value in it, whether it's a life lesson, a perspective shift, an epiphany, or it's a, oh, I'm replaying this positive memory in my life. Oh, I felt this way, that way, and like relive it just for like 27 seconds in your head. That way the universe can bring you in something else that feels that good now. Oh, excuse me, Aries. What I can say is like, especially for people who are older than 35, what can happen is they have this like, I lost my youthful optimism. But guys, it only gets better to be honest. Yes, you lost the youthful optimism, which is the in there I put my mind and heart to, I can do. So you just go forth and like start all these good behaviors and just learn a bunch of stuff. But then sometimes things don't turn out the way you thought, and you like, you know, you hit your jaded 35s. If you can recognize, oh wait, but now I have wisdom and discernment. Now I know when to take action, when not to. I've definitely learned not to overgive to people, not to overlove people, not to stay in a relationship for 5 years, paying for all their bills, thinking one day they're going to wake up and have their epiphany. Like, I'll leave that relationship once I spot the first couple signs. I won't even enter it in the first place. So you have that wisdom and the discernment. As long as you're willing to, okay, intervene, show me how to have that inspired life again. Show me things that me as this adult, and this is another thing, they don't keep up to speed with who they are today. They're like, well, I used to go to concerts. I used to go to Disneyland. I used to go on trips. And now I don't even want to do those things. I guess this is as good as it gets. No, it means you haven't kept up to speed with who you are today and the types of things that would bring you that level of happiness and enthusiasm. And it might shift, guys. Like, I know some people who have coached through this, some of them realized, oh, I actually really like planning fun things for my friends' kids. I get to have the fun, love, and affection of little kids and them thinking I'm a magical goddess because I plan this fun thing for them. And then I get to send them home to mom and dad. I had another lady who she's like, actually, I just want to cook food and have my friends over. I don't wanna be going out to the clubs or whatever, and when she started inviting her friends over, just, like, 2 or 3 times a month on Sundays, she went back to I love life. So this is about, like, a returning to I love life. And so what I can tell you is if you do find that memory and you glean the positive from it, evoke that emotion within you, it's gonna turn into the night of fire, which is action, which is, "Oh, wow, this cool thing came out of nowhere. Oh, I went to the gym and I met this person. They're awesome. They're amazing." And it's gonna, like, kick off. I don't wanna say a whole new adventure. I don't see a whole new kickoff of a new chapter of your life, but I see that reignited passion for life as well, and there's gonna be a love interest. There's a love interest. And it's almost as if it's gonna be it kind of feels like you've already met the love interest, and it's gonna be like, "All right, this needs to get to the next step. We no longer just flirting, enjoying each other's company. Let's define this, or let's go on a weekend getaway." Whatever that little next step is for you, or if you're already there, it might be like, maybe let's start meeting the family. It's gonna be like a let's do this next step. Um, okay, so up next is Leo. This is Leo's read. What does Leo need to hear? Do I need to shuffle? Do I need to shuffle? Don't shuffle. Oop, I need to shuffle. Shuffle in the old cards. Just shuffle these. Just shuffle these. What does Leo need? Ooh, you got the Lovers card. Ooh, you got the Balance card. Ooh, you got the Two of Fire card. What a fun little read. I'm definitely pull some clarifiers. Lovers card, that obviously means intimate relationships, close relationships, and it does tend to mean more romantic in nature. It also is a card that signifies a lot of choice. You got the Balance card here, which that's the card for, how do I say this? You might have a desire for action, but the timing's not right, so you gotta balance your emotions. That's the balance card, but I'm just gonna tell you what the cards are, and then I'm gonna give you the read of them because they don't want this card taken into traditional sense. And then you got the Two of Fire card. That's the card where like you've come into your own, like on the earthly level, not the spiritual level, not the here's my spiritual beliefs, here's my world belief views, but as my no, this is how I like spending my time. Nope, this is the things I like doing. Ah, this person's actually kind of cool. I like spending my time with them. It's like those, this is how I like spending my time. And it's whoever it is you're spending your time with, you definitely feel comfortable and confident of, like, saying yes and no, and, like, what you're finding is that if you're saying yes to things that you would normally say no to, you're not doing it out of any people pleasing, any codependency stuff, you're just like, "Man, if I do that, no, I don't wanna do it, but look how happy that will make them. Oh my god, I do wanna make them happy." That is far different than codependent, which is, "I need you to be happy in order for me to be happy." Or people pleasing, which is just, "Oh, I just wanna make them happy. As long as they're happy, I'm happy." Do you see the difference of those 3? It's like "Oh my god, they really want." God, I'm trying to think of an example. Um, I think that's self-explanatory. So know though that even if you find yourself doing stuff that aren't because you necessarily want to do it just purely for yourself, that like you're still like, I don't know, independent, autonomous, you still have good boundaries and really stepped into your own. So that's like worthy of celebrating, Leo. It's like a I've come full circle. I used to be on this side, people pleasing too much, codependent. I had to go over here. And now I found this happy medium where it's like, okay, I'll do this thing for you. Don't expect it every weekend. We can at least do it this one time and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the balance card. Oh, this is such a specific message. You're not meditating to get your answer on the love life. You're a little more focused on them and their energy and trying to find the perfect timing. Which, guys, if you're attuning to another human, even if they're happy, not a good call, right? Not a good call. But if you attune to your, I call it inner being, your inner guidance, and go, all right, inner being, I can see that they're not quite fully focused on this, but I do want this to go to the next level. Guide me to the timing, guide me to the how, guide me, because then you're going to tap back into like your spiritual guidance, your intuition, your inner knowing. Um, and you won't feel as tired. There's a little part of it's tired right now because you're trying to, what are they thinking? Where are they at? What do they want to happen next? That's exhausting. There is overall, there's just tired energy in you right now. So this is not causing all of your exhaustion. This is just like an exhaustion piece that you're unaware of that's making you be a little exhausted. And so you're thinking it's just I need to rest, I need more time to decide when it's you just need to meditate. If you were to have a meditation practice, that just means, okay, in this meditation, I'm okay with, do your mindfulness meditation and be like, I'm going to meditate. I'm doing my 15-minute focus on my breath meditation, whatever word you use to it, spirit, source, universe. I'm also okay if in this meditation, I'm going to focus and connect to my breath, but I'm okay if I receive an epiphany. I'm okay if afterwards I'm led to an idea about how to carry this forward. I'm open to receiving inspired ideas, actions, epiphanies that will help me get this other thing right. Okay, let's clarify the lovers. Ah, you want sex? uh, that's okay. The other person probably wants it too. Oh, you think the other person is an empress? You like them. Um, okay, but hold on. There's actually a lot of messages in this. Damn, you're pulling 4 major arcana cards on this little love connection you got going on here. And you got the Empress of what you think of them, and you're pulling the Emperor card for yourself. So when you're with this person, you feel, well, I don't say you feel like an emperor, because that's, I don't know, this modern day and age is a little bit of exaggeration. You feel respected, you feel empowered. You're definitely getting a sense of everything that I've been cultivating in my life was right. Like, so it's giving you I don't wanna say validation, it's not validation, but it's giving you, like, a sense of, "Fuck yes, everything that led me to where I was today was for a point. All these things that I've been crafting and doing, this person finds irresistible. This person thinks is great." So you're kind of like because they like a lot of these things about you, you're feeling like an emperor, like a leader, like empowered in life again. Um, God, don't worry about, like, sex too much. It's kind of like because you see them as the empress, you, like, don't wanna fuck it up or mess it up, which that's just cute, adorable. Okay, what I can say is, number 1, meditate and get your own inspired ideas from your own inner being. Those are always gonna be the best. One little epiphany for right now is that be okay if, like, adult time happens. All that would need to happen is to stay steady and consistent. So that means, like, there's no, like, rushing into, "Oh my god, now we need to talk on the phone every day for an hour." Like, whatever you've been doing beforehand up to the act, you just have to keep up that because it looks like you're a little afraid of throwing the person off emotionally, and you don't wanna, like, mess with their emotions or their mental state. It kinda looks like the person's, like, not fragile, but you can tell that they're recovering from a fragile, love-deprived stage of their life. Um, so you don't wanna, like, mess it up, but it's more about as long as you stay steady and consistent, and I'm getting a big don't worry, you're gonna find more time to spend with them. Um, and it's almost if the other person wants to, like, help you do that. That's interesting. Comment below. I need to know how this plays out for you guys. Yeah, so don't worry, you're gonna get new ideas. It does look like there's gonna be a little bit of, like, offshoring some stuff to the other person, but they'll love doing. Like, they're gonna love doing it. I can tell you that. And you're gonna get ideas for how to, like, how to, like, get closer to them. But again, they're saying really loudly once you meditate and, like, "Hey, I'd like to hang out with this person more often," or, "Hey, I'd like to, take it to the next level and, spend more time with them." I don't see how that's possible, but step 2 is the universe's job. Can you start showing me how that's possible? And then when those ideas come in, you evaluate them like "Oh, I actually could ask them to do my evening yoga with me. Hmm, do I wanna spend my evening that way?" And if you do, like, great, invite them, ask them. But if you don't, you can be like, "Oh, okay, I'm starting to see how it's a little more possible now. Um, can you give me another idea though, inner being? I want to see another way I connect with them." So you can, like, I call it manifesting the possibilities, and you'll find one that you like. And it might be like "Hey, we could spend more time together if you wouldn't mind either making dinner or picking dinner up." And then if you did that, I wouldn't have to spend, 10, 15, 30 minutes doing that. And then we could yoga. And so you're going to get your ideas. All right. Last but not least, we got Sagittarius. Sagittarius is read in the house. So thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I always love it when the number of views I have matches the number of thumbs up. Makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. Aw, Sagittarius. Oh, I don't really know what to say. You're not trapped. You're just looking at it you're looking at it from an emotional point of view, which there's not a satisfying answer to the situation that you're in. You need to go ahead and be like the queen of air, which is like the logical, decisive bitch, you know? It's the one who's, "Hey, look, guys, I'm sorry. Any choice I made, someone was gonna be disappointed, and, I'm really sorry. In this case, you're gonna be the one bearing the blunt of the disappointment. I had to make a decision." Like, you just gotta step up and be that clear, decisive, logical, "Hey, guys, look, I know there were 3 ways this could have played out. No matter what, you guys know none of these decisions were gonna be good. Um, I picked this way because this way the least amount of people suffer. I'm sorry, guys. This is what we're doing though." Like, you got to step up and do that, because if you don't, you're gonna, like, enter this nomad's land where you're just, like, wandering around. You don't know what to do. You're gonna, like, instead of making a decision moving forward with you and the group, you're not gonna make a decision, and you're gonna be like, "I don't know what to do. I feel so lost. I'm not getting my inspired action and my inspired idea." And they're gonna be like, "Well, he's the leader, he's not guiding us anywhere. I guess we'll just keep trying to farm and till a land that's untillable. I guess I'll keep going back to the well to see if there's water there." No, sometimes you have to go, "Hey, sorry, I know some of us won't be able to make the journey, but we're gonna travel slow. We're gonna try to make sure everyone gets there. We need to, take the risk to go to a new watering hole." Um, Otherwise you're just not gonna get anywhere, Sagittarius. Is there anything else for Sagittarius? Oh, well, you're hitting a little bit of a fear that you're not a good leader, that you don't know how to be like a matriarch or patriarch. Um, there's a little bit of a fear of, but I've worked so hard to get here. How can we leave? So that's why it's hard for you to make this decision. We spent 5 years digging that well. It was so abundant for 10 years. We've only had a drought for a month. Water's going to come back. We just need to dig an extra foot deeper. But it's like that. What's that psychology of a gambler? They think that every quarter they put in, their odds of winning now go up. That's just not true. Every single time you put a quarter in, the odds are exactly the same. And those odds are stacked in the favor of the house, not you. Your odds of winning never go up. They're the exact same time every single time you enter it. All right. I hope that helped you guys. I go live for free every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that'll be tomorrow on Facebook and Instagram. You can come hang out there. I do free mini readings for people. And I'm available for personal readings right now as well. That's available in the description down below. But I hope you guys have a good week. Bye.